Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday. I hope everyone's having a fantabulous day. I hope your week has been productive and I hope you are feeling good about yourself. What's up, MJ Queen? Those of you on Facebook, if you see StreamYard going at the right or to the left of your screen, if you can click on it, it allows me to see your comments here. So I would truly, truly appreciate it if you clicked on it so I can look at your comments. So, welcome to the party. And those of you on Instagram, so glad to have you here. Today, we're going to get into part two of our topic from last week, tips for better sleep, part two. How many of you know someone who's struggling with their sleep? I know that at times I've spoken with various individuals who have struggled with their sleep, whether they're having problems falling asleep or staying asleep. And last week we broke it down the different stages of sleep. So on today, I want to go a little bit further. So invite a friend, like, comment, share, go back and watch it later, whatever floats your boat. But here we're talking about sleep and we're talking about better ways, like tips for better sleep. Okay. And with that being said, one question I have for you today is, are you unknowingly sabotaging your sleep? Think about that. Are you unknowingly sabotaging your sleep? And I say that because there are certain things that can happen that can impact your sleep. And one of the things that can be, so let's talk about this. Things that can impact your sleep: stress. And there's all kinds of stress. There's financial stress. There's stress from pain. There's stress from caring for loved ones. There's stress from dealing with various situations at work. There's all kinds of stress from food, stress from inflammation. But that can impact, oops, drop the phone, but that can actually impact your sleep. So when I say this with a big smile. We need to be more proactive in being aware of what could be impacting our sleep. All right. So I'm going to put this back up here so it doesn't fall again. Let's see if we can get that in there. Good. Okay, perfect. All right, back to the party here on Instagram. The next thing that can be a negative that can negatively impact your sleep is caffeine. Many people need caffeine to get going in the morning. They drink it throughout the day. It allows them to get focused. Some people, especially those who have a type of attention deficit, they use caffeine as well so that they can focus. But one of the things, if you're using caffeine late in the evening, I want you to understand that it can also, or even late afternoon can impact your sleep too, because the caffeine is a stimulant. Poor nutrition can impact your sleep. Sedentary lifestyles, not getting up and moving around, can impact your sleep. Blue light from electronic devices like phones, laptops, iPads, that impacts your sleep. Different medical problems, chronic pain, and hormone imbalances. So on today, I want to talk about ways that we can protect our sleep. And protecting our sleep is so important because that's the time where we repair, we restore, we revitalize, we get everything going in the direction that helps us be in our best form for the next day. So how can we prevent some of these common sleep disruptors from impacting our health? Check out these tips. It's important that you make sleep a priority. That simple mind shift can really have a large impact on your sleep hygiene. After all, it's not just something you just fit in to your busy schedule. You need to sleep. Oftentimes, I'll have my clients set an alarm to go to bed. So often we set an alarm to wake up, but I want you to set an alarm to go to bed. Ideally, I tell people, how many hours of sleep can you get? Anywhere from 7 to 9 hours of restful sleep can help prepare you for the next day, right? And getting into that routine, creating a sleep-friendly environment. I want your bedroom where you sleep, your bed should be associated with sleep. So with that being said, if you're in your bed and you're not falling asleep, or you're staying awake and you cannot, for the life of you, you need to get out of the bed and go somewhere else. Do something that's non-stimulating. Maybe read a book, listen to some relaxing, calming music, whatever it is. But I want your bed to be associated with sleep so that when you get into it, the body knows, okay, I'm about to go to sleep. So doing that, along with keeping the room cool, can also help improve your sleep. Try to keep down. Some people do need a little bit of white noise in the background to help them fall asleep. But whatever it is, you want to make that environment the best for you to get the most effective and restorative sleep that you can possibly have. The next thing I want to point to is, as we think about maintaining a consistent and restful routine, The alarm, I'm going to go back to this again. That alarm is so very important. If you don't want to set the alarm, then start getting yourself like cut off work at a certain time. One of the things that's happened during this time of being able to work virtually is when you work from home, you tend to work a little bit longer. Some people don't know how to turn the clock off, and they don't turn the clock off and just turn off the systems as it relates to things that are for work. They just keep going. So setting that timer to stop work, that this is it. Just because you're at home doesn't mean you give more and more hours on a continuous basis. Granted, there has to be times where you have to work a little bit more, but that should not be happening every evening and every night and every day of the week. Avoid blue light emitting devices. So when we think about blue light, when you think about your phone, and some of you who are just like, some like me, some of you want to go look at Instagram, look at Facebook, you're looking at TikTok, you're looking at all these things on your phone. And it's just like, you're just thumbing through it. Nothing much, nothing too bad. It's just, that's what you do. When you're thinking about your sleep, I want you to understand that device emits something called blue light. And that blue light is a stimulant, and the stimulation can impact your sleep. So if we want to improve our sleep, we need to decrease or avoid these blue light emitting devices. So avoiding that is really, really powerful. The next thing I want to talk about is minimizing your sleep disruptors like alcohol and caffeine. Now, I have many people in my practice who are like, oh, I just have a glass of wine at night and it helps me to calm down and, takes the edge off and I'm able to go to sleep. But I've also had these same individuals say to me that around 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, they wake up and they can't go back to sleep. So they have no problems they have no problems at times falling asleep. They just use the wine to unwind. But they wake up 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And what happens is the sugar from the wine has to get metabolized and used. And so your body uses this as like energy and is like, wake up, let's do something. So I encourage you to avoid things like caffeine and alcohol before going to bed. And I would say if you could cut it off at least 3 hours before, let's see how that does. And if that doesn't work for you, try to eliminate it a few hours before, well, even longer, maybe the 6-hour period. But nevertheless, caffeine and alcohol can be a stimulant. And if you consume too much, especially before going to sleep, they can cause problems like heartburn. It can cause problems like not being able to stay asleep through the night. And what we want to do is have the best restful sleep. And it's even thought that although alcohol may help you to be able to go to sleep faster, its effects are very short-lived. It shortens your REM sleep, right? Resulting in more disruptions. And so poor sleep quality. We want quality sleep. Another thing that comes up is looking into exercising during the day. When we exercise during the day, what happens there is it helps to improve our sleep. We are not overtraining. I don't want you to do that. What I'm saying is we're doing enough activity to get our bodies moving, to get the blood flowing and get our muscles used. So even some light stretching like yoga, even that helps with sleep. So when you try to do these various things, just pick 1 or 2 of these and just start to implement them in your daily or nightly routine so that you can have a more restful sleep. And I say this because many people just forget it and they just, it's no big deal. One of the other things I want to point out that I didn't even think about, I'm thinking about this right now, is pain. Treating chronic pain. How many of you have experienced chronic pain or you know someone who is dealing with chronic pain? As I think about this, chronic pain can be in the form of back pain, leg pain, headaches, neck pain, joint pain. And when you have this chronic pain, and it's keeping you up at night, I want you to talk to your healthcare practitioner about what are some of the things you can do to probably get to the root cause of the pain. And then if you're having sleeping difficulties, can we figure out what's going on? And some people have sleep apnea. And what sleep apnea is if you sleep in the room with someone and they're breathing, and all of a sudden you hear like a pause in their breath, well, that's an apneic episode. And sleep apnea is real. And that's when people use things like CPAP machines to help them sleep better. So if you're having problems with sleeping, also consider having to have your primary care doctor do a sleep study. And when you do these sleep studies, and if it comes back positive for sleep apnea, then you may need a device to help you out, to help you sleep. Henceforth, a CPAP machine. Other things that come up as far as helping with your sleep is balancing your hormones. As we think about balancing your hormones, did you know that a hormonal imbalance can cause your sleep to suffer? Fluctuations in your thyroid hormone, your testosterone, your estrogen, your cortisol, progesterone, melatonin, growth hormone are all potential factors as it relates to impacting your sleep. So if you think about like an estrogen imbalance, sometimes when a woman in particular has hot flash, night sweats, and the estrogen is all out of whack. So we can get that estrogen back into balance, then we won't suffer as much, or we can eliminate them completely, these night sweats. Having a hard time falling asleep. In the daytime, the cortisol should be high, melatonin should be low. And as we go through this throughout the day, it flips. Melatonin's high at night and cortisol is low at night. But sometimes we need a little help with sleep. So perhaps we need a little melatonin. But just knowing some things about hormonal imbalance, I want you to understand that that can wreak havoc on your sleep. As I think about the next thing that I know, we are in a time where many people are more open minded. So, trying meditation. Meditation can help train your mind and your body to get into a more of a relaxation response, right? You can find that meditation helps you specifically towards there are apps for meditation for sleep, for being calm. Mindfulness of being more mindful of what's going on with your body is important, and meditation helps you to get in tune with that. And I know some people think that, well, I can't turn the thoughts off, they keep coming, this keeps happening. But when you think about getting your sleep the best that it can possibly be, I want you to be aware of that this can happen with mindfulness. And as I think about just looking at what's going on in people's lives and what they're dealing with, if we don't get a chance to figure out how to repair and restore and how to get things back the way we want them to be, this can wreak havoc on not only our lives, but the lives of our kids, our loved ones, the people at work. And then it can just go all, how my family would say, willy-nilly, just get all crazy, where it just doesn't lead to the best form of you that you can possibly be. And I want you to be that way. I want you to be the best form of you that you can possibly be. So don't overlook the importance of sleep in your overall health. If your sleep is not restoring your body daily, you can be setting up your day for a roller coaster of issues. And as we go through this, and as we think about this, as we talk about sleep, what are some of the ways you can improve your sleep? We talked about setting alarm. We talked about meditation, avoiding caffeine and alcohol before going to sleep. We talked about, if you're having chronic pain, looking into getting to the root cause of the chronic pain and seeing, can we get that pain under control? Avoiding blue light emitting devices, your phones, your laptops, your iPads. All these things can be impacting your sleep. So decrease the usage before going to bed. Try picking up a hard book, listening to some music, doing something else that's less stimulating. Creating a sleep-friendly environment, making so that bedroom is associated with sleep, making the room cooler. That helps. As well as the mind shift, making the mind shifts of making sleep a priority is so very important. It really helps overall for you to get to where you're trying to get to in your health. And protecting your sleep, I'm going to talk about this in the sense that you must make the conscious effort with it. If you're in the bed and you're not falling asleep and you've just woken up and it's 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, get up out of the bed, do something else that's calming, that's relaxing, and then get back in the bed so that your body associates the bed with sleep. If you're in bed and you have not fallen asleep just yet, then I'd advise you to get out of the bed as well and do something else, because the bed has to be associated with sleep for your body to start to get into a routine. Remember, our bodies are divinely designed. They want us to heal. How do we heal and get better and do well for our bodies? Is by getting the appropriate rest. Rest is so very important. You have to repair, restore, and we do that during our rest, not while we're up late at night on the phone, up late at night doing things that are stimulating. We want to do things that are reparative, relaxing, and allowing us to do the things that are necessary for our bodies to help us be the best that we can possibly be. So on today, I encourage you to protect your sleep. In fact, as you protect your sleep, you're protecting your peace of mind, the peace of who you are, or what you are on this earth to do. Be the best you that you can possibly be. Not that you have to, but that you get to. So on today, I hope that you take a moment to think back on what are some of the things you may not be doing that you have been doing that you were unaware of that are sabotaging your sleep. Be aware. When we know better, we do better. I encourage you to continue to rock with me on Thursdays at 12:30 Pacific Standard Time. Let me know what you want to talk about. Keep me up in the keep me up frame of keep me front. What do you say? Front of mind. Yeah, keep me front of mind, because if you can just help me to help you, I will do my best to bring forth topics. I'm bringing forth topics that seem to be a hot topic within my practice, and teaching you this, or you teaching me, what are you going to do today to improve your sleep or help someone around you improve their sleep? So keeping me top of mind, that's the word, not front of mind, top of mind. Keeping me top of mind is what I want you to think about as you're dealing with different subjects. Like, oh, you know what? Let me ask Dr. Tamika to talk about this, and I'll talk about it. If I don't have the information, I will bring somebody on board to talk about it, or I'll get the information. But as we know better, we do better. So I encourage you to have a fantabulous Thursday afternoon. Check me out next week, next Thursday, 12:30 Pacific Standard Time, same channel, Instagram, Facebook. Have an amazing Thursday. Thank you so much for joining me. I have a great time doing this. Now I got to go eat some lunch so I can go do my next meeting. Talk to you soon. Bye.